Welcome to Chromebook Tips. I'm Huey Poplock, and today we're going to talk about Chromebook keyboards, especially the function keys, Google Play Store, and your app screens and how to arrange them. Let's get started. The functions of the top row of the Chromebook keyboard. This is the keyboard to my Dell Inspiron Chromebook. We're going to focus on the top row, which might be called the function keys if you're used to a Windows computer, but they are, as you see, they are much different than they are on your Windows computer keyboard. So let's take a look first at the escape key. The escape key in most cases will get you out of trouble if your system locks up. You hit escape and sometimes it'll get you out. If not, you can hit your escape key along with the shift key. It was formerly the control and escape. Now it is the shift and escape. When you click it, you will get the task manager. And it will look like this. And you can end the process if you wish. The next keys I will demonstrate are the back and forward keys, just as they are in your browser. Let's go ahead and try forward. And backwards. It works just like they do in the browser. The next key is the refresh key. It's the same as using the refresh key in your browser. So let's go ahead and click it. And what it does, it refreshes the screen. It goes to the server and downloads that page and refreshes it from scratch. The next function key will take your page to full screen, and it's an on-off switch. So let's go ahead and try it. We'll click on it. It makes a full screen from the screen that we're looking at, and when we click it again, it brings it back to the size that it was. The next key is the Windows key, or sometimes known as the desk key. So let's take a look at that. When we click that key, what we will get is it'll show all of the items that are open, and it's called a desk. You can have multiple desks, but I only have one. And by hitting the tab key, you can move from one to another. So let's move the tab key. And now you can see the blue square around each of the items. And we will stop at the calculator and bring it forward, and that will be the active window. We do it again. And this time we're going to bring up the YouTube window. That same function key can also be used for your screen captures. So if you hold the control key down and click that key, you'll get a screenshot of the full screen. And there it is. Next, we want a partial screen capture. This time you hold the control key down and along with the shift key, and then hit that function key, and you'll get a screen like this. What you're going to have to do is click and drag over the area in which you'd like to capture. We're just going to capture my picture or my caricature, and when we let go, it then gives us the capture button. We click it, and now we have that as a screen capture. Next, we'll go back to the desk and go to our files download, our files, and then our downloads. We're going to take a look at the two screenshots that we took just to see that that's what happened. When we click on the first one we took, it was a full screenshot. Then let's look at the next one, and that's going to be the caricature. And there it is. That worked. The next two keys, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate in the recording, but if you were in front of my Chromebook, it would work very well. But it is the brightness control. One is for brighter and the other one is for dimmer. And you'll see that when I start clicking on them, you can see that the designator moves up and down and it shows you the brightness level, but the recording won't record that. The next three keys deal with sound. There are three keys. There is the mute key, and there's the volume down and the volume up button. As I click it, you will see a slide bar show up on the screen, and you'll see that is muted with a line through it. As we move the keys back and forth, volume up and volume down, you see that it changes the volume, and what I'm hearing through the speakers will change. When I hit the mute button, it puts a line through it and shuts off the sound. The final key on the top row of the Dell Inspiron Chromebook is a lock key. And what that lock key will do, it's the same as signing out without closing anything. So it locks the keyboard, it locks the screen, and in order to do anything, one would have to then sign back into the account. Now, I can't show you that because if I do that, it'll stop the recording and everything will stop. So I'm not showing you that, but trust me that what you get is the screen for you to sign in, and then it's waiting for you to sign in to continue. When you continue, it starts right from where you left off. You don't have to start everything back up again. The final key that I'm going to talk about in this section deals with the search key, or in some cases it's called the everything key, and it's where the caps lock key would be on a Windows computer. When you click it, it will bring up this menu at the bottom. On that menu is a search bar, which you can search your device, your apps, your settings, and so on. And you can type something in. It'll also show you some of your last searches that you've done or last things that you've looked at. Or you can click the up arrow, or if you have a touch screen, you can just slide the screen up and you'll get your menus. Not all keyboards on Chromebooks are exactly the same. On the left is the Dell Inspiron Chromebook that I've been demonstrating with, but on the right is a brand new Asus 536, which is over a 15-inch Chromebook, and it has a numeric keypad on it. So those keys don't even exist on the Dell Inspiron. Now, the other difference is you'll note instead of having the lock at the top, it has an on-off button. You'll also notice that the search or everything key has a magnifying glass on the Dell, and it has the everything button on the keyboard on the Asus. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. There's a few things about the Google Play Store that I'd like to show you. It's not everything, but just a couple of items. So let's go ahead and start with the everything button. And I'm going to open up the Play Store. Because I've opened it up recently, it's right here. Or I could continue to come up, find it here, which is what we'll do. And the look of the Play Store has changed
in the last month or so, and they've updated where you find the information. Now you have to come over to your login information. When you click on that, you will see that you've got your My Work apps, library, payment, subscription, and so on. I want to look at My Work apps. What it's showing me here is there's no harmful apps found, but there's 9 pending updates. Now I have automatic updates set, but so why are they there? Well, at night or when I'm not using, I close the lid. When you close the lid, it goes to sleep. So it's not going to automatically be able to do your updates. But just to show you how quickly updates can be installed compared to, say, Windows, I'm just going to tell it to update all, and I'm going to leave it on. And it's going to take a few seconds to do this. But while it's doing it, you're going to see how fast it updates 9 applications. And so I'm just going to let it go here. Okay, the first one's done. We're down to 8. Some of these may be large, some may be smaller applications, but you can see that they are working quite quickly. They download, they install, the others are pending because it only does one at a time. We're down to 7. We're now on the last of the updates, the 9th one. You can see how quickly they install. They download first, then install. Now, what you can also do is see, well, I wonder what updated. Well, if you click on a particular one, what's new with Google Duo? Okay, make group video calls with up to 32 people. Share and join group calls with a link. Take photos of your video calls. So sometimes they do information, they do post information on what the update contained, and it's more than just bugs and security updates. So you might want to look at one or more of those to see what did update. So we are now looking at all of the updates. You can open any one of them. That means start the program. You can also look at what you have installed on your Chromebook. You can manage your apps. First of all, in storage, I've used only 16% of the 96 gigabytes that I have free. On the device, I have 63 apps installed, and you can see there's a list of all of them alphabetically. So I can look at all of the installed ones. Now I may have installed something and then uninstalled it. Well, that's still in my library, and let's go to the library, and you can see that I have programs in my library as well. And then there's a share, and that's the share apps with nearby share. I don't do that, so I don't have that set up. And go back to the updates, and that's what I wanted to show you with the Play Store.
I'd like to show you one more thing. That has to do with your screens of apps. By clicking the Everything button and then going to the up arrow, we'll see our apps. And then you're going to see that I have several pages of apps. Let's look at each one very quickly. Page 2, page 3, page 4 only has one item. Page 5 has got some free space, and page 6 has got some free space. But 1, 2, and 3 were full. So let's go back up to 3. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this item, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag it, and just keep dragging it down. Bingo, there's the next page. I could put it right here. Let's go one more, and let's put it here.
Okay, and let's say I don't want it as the last item. I want to move it up here. So I'm just going to bring it up. And I can rearrange these in any way I want. Notice now that we only have 5 pages because we took it off that one page that was on by itself. So there we go. That's how you can move items around, move them from page to page. Uh, and as you noticed, these are full, but I can move something around. Let's say I don't like this one on this side. I want to put it over here. I can just slide it and move it there. I could move it up to a different row. This is the WinZip, so let's say I want it here. I could put it here. And then, as you saw, that I could also change it to a different page. Not always easy to maneuver them and get them just in the right spot, but at least if you get it on the right page, then you can rearrange it to your liking. That's it. I hope this helps you.